Hey guys, so we are the Parking Pirates, and we have been working on the Grizzly parking app this semester. We're excited to show it to you and show you the progress we've made so far. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So the first thing you're going to see on our Android emulator here is the authentication screen. So for login, you'll see the GGC logo up here and the name of the app right here as well. So username, password, login, create account, and forgot password. So let's go ahead and do the first thing a user would do, which is create an account. So let's click that. You'll see our create account screen. So let's go ahead and make a test account. Let's make a password. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that account. There we go, and I got logged right in. So before we dive into this screen, which is the landing page, let's go and take a look at Firebase. So in Firebase, you can see I've got a authentication tab here, and this is where all of my user data goes. So if I refresh this page, you should see the most recent one called test account. See that load up here. And there we go. So here's test account at GGC, and it is all set up with a unique user ID. And here's the last date that that account signed in. Here's when it was created. So it gives you some pretty useful information for user accounts. Okay, let's go back to the app. Okay, so before we dive too far into this, we're going to go right back to the login screen so we can see a little bit more of the functionality here. So there's also forget password. So if you choose forget password and put in your email address here, Firebase will send an email. So if you just go ahead and put in test account at ggc.edu, and if we go ahead and click done, okay, so reset password sent, please check your email. So then you're going to get an email, and the email is going to look like this. So we don't wait on this one because sometimes it takes a few minutes. We're going to look at one that I sent earlier, and it's going to look just like this guy. To reset your password for this project, all you have to do is click this link, and it's going to take you to a page within Firebase that allows you to reset your password. Once you do, you can then log back into the app with your new password. So all that functionality is present, which is really helpful. Okay, so let's go back, and let's actually log in. Okay, all right, so here's the landing page that you saw earlier. You'll notice all of the parking lots we have here. So I think we have 6 different lots from Lot L, which a lot of people don't even know about, to the parking deck, Lot F, Lot A, and H. So all the lots are listed here, and you'll notice each one has a title telling you the name of the lot, and within that title bar, you'll see a color. So these colors represent 3 different stages of our availability guesstimate. So if it's green, that means that the lot is 70% full. So it's not 70% full. It's less than 30%, right? So there's a lot of available spaces, and generally the parking deck will be green because it's almost always available. I've just done a whole lot of testing against the parking deck lately, which is why it's yellow right now. So there's 3 different stages, so green, yellow, and red. Yellow is between 30 and 60% full, and then red means it's above 60% full, and it is unlikely that you'll be able to find a parking spot, which is almost always H, right? So H is green right now, but I haven't done a whole lot of testing on that one yet. But the more we click and log in, and the more users log into it, the higher that percentage will go in the code, and it'll actually shift that to red. Okay, so let's actually park in a spot. Let's choose lot H. So you'll get a little confirmation box here. You're going to park here in lot H. We're going to confirm and say yes. Okay, then I'm going to click RR and refresh. I want to refresh and log back in. Okay, so you'll see that that lot was on the edge of being marked as being full, and so the one that I just did pushed it over the edge, and so now it's in red. And now we have a function called time decay, and from here on out, every hour, if nobody checks into that parking lot on the app, it will drop the percent full by 10%, which frees the percentage up a little bit more and a little bit more. And so after a few hours, this red will be green again, but it will shift from red to yellow back down to green. And so that's making use of our time decay logic, which was really fun to write. Okay, so and you can park on any of these. Now, obviously, we realize a glaring hole in our logic is not restricting people how many times they can check in. So we could add something like that in a future iteration, or we could enable geofencing and get the Google Maps installed. And so that could be a future project for maybe another team. But then that would allow you to do geofencing on the lots and draw your lines where people would be coming in and out of the parking lots. And so you could actually confirm, hey, you can do one park within a certain amount of time, so long as you're actually located in this parking lot. So that would be a really great feature in the future. But for now, we just have the being able to choose whichever lots you want. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the profile. So you'll see there's a profile and there's also a logout button up here. So let's click profile. And profile is just a real quick breakdown of your account. There's not a whole lot of information there, but we are going to show you your email address and we're going to give you a breakdown of the legend. I know it's kind of self-explanatory, but we wanted a legend just to be on the safe side if someone is a little unsure about the letters. Maybe it's too ambiguous for them. So here's the My Profile page. When you click go back, it'll take you back. So there's a little bit of lag on there. There it goes. So sometimes the emulator is a little laggy. So it'll take you back to the landing page and you'll get to see this information here again. So what's great about this app and how we're able to get it connected to Firebase is, let's take a quick look at Firebase. So this is my account and you saw the authentication page. Let's take a look at the database. So within the Cloud Firestore, which is what we're in right now, not real-time database. That was a misconception I had in the beginning. In Cloud Firestore, you're actually able to build. So what I did is I built a parking lot table. So here's your table. And within that table, they call it documents, but these are just fields. So we've got different fields or subtables, whichever way you want to look at it, from lot A all the way down to parking deck. And within those, you get to see the fields within those tables. So you get to see the check-in percentage, the last check-in, which is how we use the time decay. So it takes this date, the last time someone checked into a parking lot, and it applies it to that every hour it takes off 10% logic. And then we've named it. Each lot has its own name as well. So lot A, lot H, lot F. So within this collection are these tables and the fields within these tables. And this was all built within Firebase in their UI. And then you were able to connect it in React Native using JavaScript. So this is React Native, and this is just some of the code that we've written for this. This is the landing page, and this has been a fun project getting this all coded in, but this is all JavaScript, like I mentioned earlier. So React Native, we've had a few issues, but it's really stable right now, and we're actually having a good time coding this thing. and we're excited about the Create Symposium. So let me back out of this, pull up our app again, and there's our dependency graph here. So yeah, so that's our app. So obviously we're hoping for more functionality in the future, but right now we're really happy with it. Like I said earlier, it's in a pretty stable place, and we're happy about that. And we're happy that we got the time decay logic working, um, and all the authentication and the table creations in the Firestore through Firebase. That was really fun to get that connected up. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed our presentation and our app. We had a great time coding it and creating this thing, and we hope to see more functionality built into this in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.